The Scottish Premier League season is due for an iconic moment, and we might be getting it this year. We've got a 3-team race for the title, 5 games left. It's absolutely iconic. A team is leading that has not won a top flight title since 1959-1960 season. So it is going to be an absolutely crazy end. So first off, obviously in that 3-team race, you're going to have Celtic and Rangers. Those two have been in the mix for the last 40 years for the most part. They've been winning it all. And then you also have Hearts. So Hearts have not been at the very top, consistently, and they've not won a league title since 1956-57 season. So it's been a long, 59-60 season. Sorry, 59-60, 1959-1960 is the last time that Hearts have won the top flight division. Now, not only is this an iconic season potentially for Hearts, but also Scottish football, as Rangers and Celtic have both controlled the league. Between those two, they've won the last 40 championships. There has not been a winner other of those two old firm sides since Sir Alex Ferguson's Aberdeen in 1985. It has been that long since anybody else other than Celtic and Rangers has won the league. It's been absolute dominance, and a lot of people have looked down on Scottish football for that and the Scottish League because of that. But it's up to Hearts now. So the way that the league works is essentially it's a 38-game season. You play 33 games, and then there's a split. So after 33 games, the top 6 in the table go play in the promotion group, the bottom 6 play in a relegation group, and you play each side once. So that'll give you your 38 games. And we have just hit the split now. So the Scottish League is currently, everybody's sitting at 33 games played. There'll be another week off, and then the league games will reconvene starting on April 26th, I do believe. So that is when things kick back up into full gear, and anything can happen. So, like I said, Hearts are in the lead. So Hearts do currently sit first. Their lead at the top has shrunk a little bit in the last month, 2 months, but they still lead. They've got a 1-point lead over Rangers and a 3-point lead over Celtic. Now, Rangers also have a better goal difference, so that is also kind of somewhat into effect. Celtic have a worse goal difference than Hearts. So 3 teams, 3 points, and really 11 goal swing between Celtic at plus 24 and Rangers at plus 35. So it is a huge difference. Rangers and Celtic and Hearts all won their last games before the split, so all 3 sides are in good form. And obviously, with it being the top 5 in this, or top 6 in this split, Hearts have to play Rangers and Celtic. So if they go through, they beat Rangers and Celtic, they should end up winning the league. That will pretty much guarantee them if they do go ahead. Obviously, that's without even other results. But Hearts need to win every single game that they possibly can and not rely on Rangers and Celtic dropping points elsewhere. It's going to be very tough. Back in October, Rangers were an absolute travesty. They're a huge mess. They sacked their manager. Danny Roll comes in. They were 13 points behind Hearts, and now all of a sudden they sit 1 behind. They just won their last game, 6-3. They've had a lot of different contributors, some stuff changing in there, and they've all of a sudden started looking a lot better. Celtic as well had moments this year where they really looked inconsistent, and they had some games where they could have dropped more points. This is a Celtic side. If you guys have not been paying attention, Alexander Oxlade-Chamberlain, former Liverpool man, is at Celtic now. So I remember his debut. He scored an absolute screamer to win the game. So it is a huge opportunity for him to lead, grab Celtic by his bootstraps and really take them to that front. But again, it's 5 teams or 6 teams, 5 more games, all playing each other to get to that 38. So 18 points is up for grabs left here. So if Hearts want to go ahead and get the win, they have to step it up immediately. Celtic will face Hearts on the final day as well. So if it really comes down to it, for Hearts' sake, it is a huge hope that Hearts will have it wrapped up before the final day, but that also comes into effect. So Rangers, their final match is going to be at Falkirk. So, and when you look at the final match day, if you're a Hearts fan or you're rooting for Hearts, you really are hoping that the match or that the title is secured. If you're a fan of watching the Old Firm Derby, I know normally they're on like CBS Sports or the Golasso Network and they're on Paramount. That final Old Firm game of the year is on Sunday, May 10th. So it'll be a Old Firm Derby potentially to decide things in the title race. So it'll be very, very interesting. The Edinburgh Derby, so Hearts and Hibernian. It's obviously another big one. It's a big time match. It's the Edinburgh Derby. That is going to be the first fixture after the split. April 26th is the Edinburgh Derby. So if you guys are looking for some new football to watch in the next few weeks, April 26th, Hearts plays Hibernian, and what will probably be a very entertaining, very fun game to watch. So that will be on Paramount Plus most likely. If not, you might be able to find it on CBS Sports or like CBS Network or Golasso Network, something like that. But it will be on Paramount Plus. The Scottish Premier League is on Paramount Plus, so that's where you can find a lot of those games. So it'll be really interesting. So there's a lot to still be up for grabs for sure in the Scottish League. This is not a case where when I talked about Thun a few weeks ago in the Swiss League, they looked home and dry and just kind of a matter of time for them to win it. In this case, it is so much up for grabs still. There's a lot to play for. Every single game is going to mean so much. So they cannot let up. They've definitely hit a little bit of a rough patch in the last few months, and that gap that they had at the top of the table has definitely shrunk some. But they can very easily claw their way back and get themselves a Premier League title, a Premiership title. I mean, it'll be absolutely massive for Hearts, who really quite shockingly have gone ahead and flown up the table. Now, also, when I talked about Falkirk, that's actually a really nice story as well. This is a side that was down the second division last year or 2 years ago, and all of a sudden they're fighting for Champions League and European spots. So there's so much happening in the Scottish Premiership this season that I think a lot of people obviously have not known, because it's a Scottish Premiership. Like I said before, Celtic and Rangers have had the last 39, 40 league titles. Why would the casual fan want to even bat two eyelids at the Scottish Premiership? I mean, why would you? You expect Rangers or Celtic to win. But it's not just Hearts as well. There is Falkirk in there. It's having a good year and a fun little story. Hibernian has been showing some signs of improvement over the last few years and have had success somewhat in the qualifying rounds of European football. So you can't even look past them. I mean, there's a lot more to the Scottish Premiership than just Celtic and Rangers. And I think that's what a lot of people don't understand, is that there's so much more to some of these leagues. If you guys don't watch other than Premier League, or just you watch La Liga or just Bundesliga or whatever, it is actually so much fun, entertaining football. I know the Premier League's had a lot of criticism this year, and I made a video on it talking about it. But I think what some of these people are saying, where they say that football is dying, football is dead, and the entertainment value is gone, there is yes, part of it, but at the same time, I think you just have to find it. You have to find where that entertainment value lies, because it is in these quote-unquote second-tier top leagues, the Scottish League, the Belgian League, the Dutch League, even, Liga NOS has some fun matches to it, but, Eredivisie is such a fun one. I think they average the most games at over 2.5 goals in a game. Both teams score a lot of goals usually, and there's just goals galore in the Eredivisie, so I highly recommend watching that. That's on the ESPN networks for the most part. Paramount Plus has a load of different leagues on there that I think if you just look through, you'll find a whole bunch of stuff. And again, you've got stuff like the USL. All the USL leagues have started up now. So if you're in the States, go find your local USL team or just, NASL or NPL or whatever teams that they are. There's so many different leagues. go find them, go support them. We're heading into the summer, so we'll start getting back into college soccer eventually. So that'll be pretty fun to get involved with and watch how things develop there. But yeah, there's a lot of soccer, a lot of football that is there to be watched and still provides a lot of entertainment. And I think people just need to watch it and find it. Everybody slags on the Conference League, but I love watching the Conference League because it's so entertaining. I mean, obviously there's bad games, and obviously there's good games in the Champions League, but there's so much more to it. I feel like on average, a lot of those teams just provide a little bit more. And if you're sitting there and you're a young coach or a young player that's learning the game and really studying the game and watching movement, possession and positioning, transitions, that kind of stuff, go watch those games. That's something that I did when I was growing up, was watching games from the Conference League or Europa League before the Conference League was around, because you got to see so much. I mean, I'm in college and I'm watching film on RFS in Latvia, watching some of them, because it's so much fun. There's a lot of entertainment value. It's a lot of transitional based gameplay, a lot more similar to how my teams would be playing compared to Manchester City, who just kill you with passes and slow it down like that. But again, Hearts are on the come up to try and win this league title. They are giving it everything they've got this year, and they're so close. They got 5 games left to seal the deal. So hopefully they do go ahead and seal it. They've got, again, a few weeks left, some big games coming up very soon. If you guys are excited to watch it, if you're going to watch it, let me know. Again, going to be on Paramount Plus, CBS Sports, all their networks. So make sure you guys do go ahead and watch those games. First game of this second, of this championship group, April 26th, like I said, in the Edinburgh Derby. So it'll be an absolute fun one. I'll probably be watching it if I'm able to. But I really hope Hearts win it. Want someone new, so I'm rooting for them. Let me know what you guys think. Please like, comment, and subscribe for some more videos like this. And especially as summer starts to roll around, I'll be able to get out to a lot more games, maybe doing some match day vlogs and just talking and covering a lot more about the World Cup and everything else that's got to come. So make sure you guys are subscribed, and I will see everybody in the next video.